Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name's JoJo. If you're new here, I talk about my life story. I've been to prison twice in 3 different prisons. Mental health, having kids young, recovery, and addiction. I will proudly say June 8th will be 5 years. Recovery with no relapse. On this channel, I do not glorify or glamorize that I've been to prison or think I'm cool or none of that. It's not like that. I'm simply telling my story, helping people, in hopes of helping people, and I have helped many people, and I know I'm going to help many more. To all my new subscribers, welcome. Thank you. And to my OGs, I love y'all so much. Thank you for always coming back. So today's topic is really emotional. Anytime I talk about my mother, y'all, is very emotional. That woman went through so much. She was 39 years old, and I'm just going to give you a brief, I'm going to do more stories about my mother, so you'll get to know my mother when she was alive. My mother was 39 years old when she passed away. She was a young mother. I'm the only child. It took her doing lots of things, trying to get pregnant. When I say lots of things, I mean like she said she would literally like put her body upside down on the wall to, y'all know what I mean. But anyways, she wanted me, and God gave her me. My mother loved me with all of her heart. I was a sick baby. This is about my mother, but I'm just... Okay, I was a sick baby. I had spinal meningitis, and I almost died. And it led into a bone disease. Anyway, my father, y'all, if you watched my other stories, my father was not in the picture. He didn't want to do it as he was in and out of prison. So my mom had to raise me on her own, along with my mamaw, helping her, of course, my papaw. The house we lived in with Mama and Papa, there were 15 people there at all times because my Mama had 5 boys and 5 girls, and all the kids would always be over there. And anyways, so my mom was a young mother. She had a lot of mental illness, like paranoid, schizophrenic, all kinds. When I say schizophrenic, I mean my mother would literally, just out of the blue, she would be her, and then all of a sudden, poof, she would be someone else. She had claimed to be Jesus before. She had claimed to be Satan before. She had claimed to be Marilyn Monroe before. Actually, she looked like Marilyn Monroe. Now, I know you're all going to say, show a picture of your mother. Y'all, I'm ashamed to say this, but I lost all my pictures. I do have family members that have pictures of my mother, but I lost all my pictures being a drug addict and losing my things. So I have no pictures of my mother. It is what it is. When you're an addict, you do things you never would do. But anyway, I'm going to get a picture. I will get a picture from someone. No one talks to me in my family. My family is my kids and my husband. That's it. But I will get a picture somehow. But anyways, my mother was in and out a lot of relationships with men. She got involved with a man I'm not going to say his name. I know his whole name. I still remember his telephone number. And I was like 9 and 10 years old. And I'll be 47 June 18th. So, yeah, this is how much, like, tragedy this man caused our family. He was a cult. His dad was the I guess the main leader of the occult. And he was very, very evil, and he did not like me. He did not like me because he knew that I knew, because I got discernment of the spirit, y'all. I can feel that stuff. I could feel evil. I could feel, I have it. God blessed me with it. And ever since I was knee high to a grasshopper. But I knew this man was very evil. He cast spells on my mother. My mother loved him she loved two people in her whole life. My father and this guy. She loved my stepdad, but like the two that she would always talk about would be the cult guy and my father. She loved my stepdad though too. But anyways, she had a lot of boyfriends, y'all. But three main ones. The cult leader, my father, and my stepfather. Who my kids call Grandpa now. But anyways, she got involved in that, and I mean, things started happening, like her mind, like it was like he controlled her mind. She would go over there and come back with bruises and cuts and all kinds of, it was terrible, y'all. But she got pregnant, and it was that man's baby, the cult guy's baby. This evil, you know what? He paid somebody to try to kill my mother. Not more than one person. Hold on. More than one person. I'm not going to make this video too long, but more than one person. The first time, he had somebody hit my mother with a car while she was on a bicycle. I remember that day too. She got a hold of a few dollars, and we was very poor. Sorry. We was very poor, and she was excited to go to Kentucky Fried Chicken to get us a family meal. So she rode her bike up there. She had a bike. She would ride a bike because she wanted to stay fit. My mom was gorgeous. Blonde hair, blue eyes. I mean, gorgeous. My oldest daughter, Carrie, resembles her. That's where she gets her blonde hair and blue eyes from. So she was riding a bike. She was coming back. And some man hit her with his car. He got caught. And he told, what happened, or he got paid or whatever. But she got hit, and Angels was with her because she was hurt a little bit, like bruised up and scratched up or whatever, like concrete burns. But let me tell you, she flipped, because it was like, oh, I forgot to tell y'all, it was like right outside of our house, up the street, like in the middle of the street. We lived at the end of the street, and it was like like 4 houses up. I was outside. I seen it. My mom flipped 3 times and landed on the ground. You want to know something? She knew we didn't have no food, and she had our food. She had 2 bags of Kentucky Fried Chicken, y'all. 2 bags. And when she landed, she still had the bags in her hand, and the food was still good. I couldn't believe it. And she was hurt, like I said, but she didn't want to act hurt. It messed her knee and arm up real bad. But she was like them SOBs, because she knew, because I don't know how she knew, but she knew that was because she was trying to get away from this guy, and she knew he was going to, hurt her or pay somebody to hurt her. And she was like, and cussing and stuff, and telling the guy who did it, cussing him out and stuff while he was being arrested. And that I still got my baby can still eat, my mommy could still eat, because it was all of us. Like there was like I said, between 10 and 15 people at our house at all times, and it was a 2-bedroom. That's all we could afford, or my mama could afford. But we had a roof over our head. My mama would sleep in the floor. We had remember them TVs that sit on the floor, y'all. Them what are they called? Shoot. Y'all know what I mean. Them box TVs that sit in the floor. We had one of them, and she used to always be in front of the TV with the doggies, Peaches, Fifi. Peaches and Fifi was the 2 dogs, and they would always be right there with her. So we slept with our door open. Back then you could. Our door was open, and our screen was locked. This little lock, which ain't nothing. It ain't going to protect you, but a little lock. But you didn't have to worry about that stuff back then. Dang, I sound old. I'm making myself feel old now. I wanted to tell y'all really, my family, they love me, but y'all really, really make me feel loved. I'm almost at 10,000 on YouTube. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. For helping me tell my story and to live my dream of being a content creator, social influencer, But thank you. Back to my mom. I told y'all, I should have said, get a bag of tissue, or get a box of tissues out. Anyway, back to my mom. So after that, she found out she was pregnant. And then he found out she was pregnant. And she was on and off with this guy, on and off, on and off, on and off. Like she'd go over there and for days, sometimes weeks. And sometimes she would try to take me, and sometimes my mama wasn't around to protect me, and because I didn't want to go, he would sit and call me fatty and eat things in front of me. I was just a little girl. He lived in a penthouse in a high rise, and he used to make me sit, and I hate Star Trek. I can't stand that movie or show. He used to sit and make me watch Star Trek for hours. That's all I was allowed to do, is sit on a couch and watch Star Trek. And I would cry myself to sleep every time. But usually my mama was around, and she would say, my mom's name was Carolyn. She'd say, Carolyn, you ain't taking that baby with you over there. And then my mom would sometimes try to, fight and argue with her, and my mama protected me. You're not taking that baby over there to that evil, you know what I mean? Excuse me. But she protected me, and wouldn't let her take me, but she would still go. So she would come back sometimes, and she would be herself, and then all of a sudden she'd turn into like I said, she thought she was Jesus Christ at one time. She went around preaching to everybody for days. My mom spent a lot of time in the Romans Hospital, the old Romans Hospital in Cincinnati and Clifton. Now it is a rehabilitation place. I've been there. They got different programs. I was in an in-house program years ago. The judge sent me there. I faked it till I made it because I wasn't ready to, quit. But anyways, I've been there, and that place is haunted too. I'll talk about that in a video too. Oh my God. I'm telling you, y'all, I would never lie to you. My right hand to God, that place is haunted and things happened. And let me know if you want me to talk about that in a video next. Woo wee. Make my hair stand up. Oh, Jesus. Okay. So she was in and out of the hospital all the time. She met another guy there. He thought he was a doctor. He used to go around carrying a briefcase, and he was nuttier than a squirrel's mouth on nut day or something or whatever. But so he found out my mom was pregnant. He didn't want no kids. He personally tried to kill my mother. This man, his dad was a doctor, by the way. I don't know if I said that or not. His dad was a doctor, and he took the baby out of my mom with a coat hanger. It about killed her. And he made her, he wouldn't let her leave. He made her lay there. She got an infection and she almost died. So that's like 2 times now, almost died. So time went on. She got better and stuff. She finally got out of there and got to a hospital, and they took care of her and stuff. But she was really, really mentally messed up because she wanted that baby. She loved this man. He put a curse on her. I do believe that. He put a curse on my mother. I'm telling you, y'all, he put a curse on my mother. My mother was never the same. She was, like I said, she was crazy. Well, crazy, mentally ill, crazy, before, but after she messed with him for, I can't remember how long it was. It felt like a lifetime, maybe a year or two, maybe, yeah, a year or something. But that really, really mentally, along with her other mental illness, poof, it just messed her mind up. My mom would try to herself all the time. My mom ate glass before to try to, kill herself. My mom, what else she do? She, before, you know what I mean? Literally, my mom, she used to embarrass me. She used to make me walk. It was about 3 miles, and I was going in. I wasn't a teenager yet. I thought I was, but I wasn't. I was like 11, and honey, you couldn't tell me I wasn't a teenager. But anyway, she would make me walk about 3 miles with her holding her hand, and my friends would be out on the strip, not the strip, but the street. Everybody hung on Warsaw Avenue in Cincinnati back in the 70s and 80s, but this is the 80s I'm talking about. Everybody was hung out on Warsaw and Glenway Avenue back in the 80s or in Cincinnati, Ohio. So she would we lived right at if you're from Cincinnati, you'll know what I'm talking about. We lived right at the corner of St. Lawrence and Warsaw, right across the street from the St. Lawrence Bakery, right behind the convenience store there on Warsaw, right behind it, right behind the funeral home. Anyways, right by St. Lawrence Church, but on St. Lawrence. St. Lawrence Church is on Warsaw Glenway, right there. Anyway, she used to make me hold her hand and walk all the way down Warsaw, all the way down one side, cut over, and all the way back. And it would embarrass me. I mean, my friends, people I went to school with were outside like, what the heck? And I was already getting bullied, and it just made them bully me more. So the very last time that I remember my mom being, with this guy, she got away from him. She was in the hospital for a while. She got out. She was doing better. At least we all thought she was doing better. The cult guy had some man stalking her, following her. And one night, me and my uncle, God rest his soul, he passed away of an OD some years ago. He was like 4 years older than me. He was like my brother, but he was my uncle, my mom's brother. But we were close in age, so we were kind of like, I thought of him like as a brother. Anyway, I used to get on the chat line, y'all. Y'all know what the chat line is? Yeah, I used to get on the chat line, and I wanted to get on the chat line, and he wanted to call his girlfriend that I didn't like. So we were fighting over the phone and yanked it out of the wall. So my mom had to make a phone call and because she was supposed to be meeting somebody that night and to go out, and she had to walk to the corner to the payphone. Oh Lord, I feel old. The payphone, and make a phone call. And when she did, the guy that was paid to rape and kill my mother, yes, he was paid. She was on the phone, and he had a knife and put a knife to her throat and abducted her. Well, they ended up on Rapid Run. Like I said, if you're from Cincinnati, you would. That's why I'm saying the streets. So if you're from Cincinnati, you'll know. But they ended up on Rapid Run at Rapid Run Park. So he had already raped her. He was going to rape her again before, killing her. And my mom said, my mom was crazy now. She'd take risks too. Now, you know what I mean? She didn't give up. She didn't give up. She was a constant thinker, thinking her way through things or out of things or whatever. Because her mind would all of a sudden come back, you know what I mean? But thank God, she got a chance. She kicked him in the private parts, and why I guess he was screaming, she got out of the door or the car and was running as fast as she could up Rapid Run towards Glenway. And thank God there was this car coming down Rapid Run and seen her. She was, and they almost hit her because they said she ran, almost ran in front of the car to get them to stop. They picked her up and put a blanket around her and took her to the police station. They did find this man. I still know his name, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want, I don't know about, I'm not going to say the name because I'm not trying to get sued, but you can't squeeze the blood from a turnip, right? But I'm still not going to say his name. He is serving life without parole in prison if he's still alive. This was 30-some years ago. So he got caught, and come to find out, he had already killed 3 other women. Because the police went to his house and was investigating or whatever, and he had 3 other the dead bodies in his house. So yeah, that is the time that my mother was abducted and paid to be killed. And she got out of that. I told you my mom went through so much. My mom was only 39 years old, y'all. She had just turned 39 like a few months. She was born in September, so September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May. So about 6, she had turned 39 like 6 months ago. But anyway, she was young. That I had PTSD from that because I was afraid to turn 39 because I thought that I would die at 39 too because my mom died at 39. I know that sounds crazy, but it's the truth. But I'm still here, and now I got y'all. Y'all are so nice and kind to me. And I love each and every one of y'all. Y'all just don't know what you're doing for me. That's why I answer every DM, every comment. And I always will. JoJo is always JoJo. JoJo was JoJo yesterday. JoJo is JoJo today. And JoJo will be JoJo tomorrow. I will never change. I'm so humbled and I love y'all so, so much. I hope I'm getting better at telling my stories. Let me know in the comments if you made it this far. If you have made it this far, let's do a prayer hand emoji if you made it this far. And if you have, you're awesome. You're awesome. I love you all so, so much. And also let me know in the comments if you want to hear about the ghost stories. That happened to me, by the way. It ain't nothing I heard. Oh, Lord. I was in that program 90 days. And I'm telling you, oh, Lord, I'm telling you, I got a story to tell about that. The rehab that I was in, that was haunted. Oh, baby. But anyway, I love y'all so much. If you haven't yet subscribed and you're just watching, if you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you in the family. Got lots of stories to come. And I promise y'all I'm going to get a schedule. Yes, I am. A schedule. Because, I mean, I could tell you, God, so much stuff has happened to me, y'all. But anyway, I'm rambling now. But you're beautiful. Do not ever let your past define you. Haters are our motivators. And smile at somebody. You know, never know what they're going through. You might save someone's life. Y'all, I love you so much. Until next time, bye.